Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And this is going to be another exposure of an exploit, a grift, if you will, a type of psychology that people use to gain something from someone else, usually without their knowledge or consent. And I like to expose these things because it makes the world a better place when people are aware of them. They are empowered to defend themselves. Maybe you've heard the expression, you cannot resist what makes no sense. It's very true. So if you know a little bit about something, you can at least recognize it when you see it. So here it goes. This new one got me a couple of times, I'll be honest. And it comes down to time management and time and space. Not in an astronomical sense, but people telling you that you have to be on their schedule to do something. If they can occupy a gray area, they will sometimes try to make you get onto a schedule in a place where it's not necessarily required. And the reason they do this, it's actually pretty clever, and it's I mean, it's unscrupulous, but it's also very shrewd is the word I'm looking for. Is once you're on their schedule, they can say that you are taking their time. It's a type of invoice. It becomes an invoice. They can say that, even if you're not paying them for that time, they're donating it to you. You see what happens there? They're volunteering their space and their time. If you're on the schedule, they have evidence. They have proof of it. And in principle, they don't even need to show the evidence if it exists. Suddenly you become in their debt. They're taking something where before it may not have even been theirs to give. And here's the thing about gray areas. When there's a buffer between parties or owners of something, it helps to regulate decompression when there's a conflict or a dispute of some kind. And these are unavoidable. Disputes are always going to happen. So the gray areas come in really, really handy to help navigate these disputes where people can choose either to be friendly about it or to swoop and just try to own as much as they can possibly get. There are I hate to say two personality types, but there really are. There are two traits, I should say, not types, but traits, where a person will either err on the side of diplomacy and negotiation, or they will be hardline, unilateral, and like I said, try to just own as much as they possibly can. If there's a gray area, they just assume that it belongs to them. Failing to understand the protocol, failing to understand that living in a society or civilization requires a degree of consideration for other people, at the very least. There's something called an unwritten social contract, and I don't want to dive into that in this video, but it's very important, and but it separates people from beasts. If you want to live like a beast, you can abandon all of the things that you take for granted in terms of justice, in terms of structure and organized fairness, things that you certainly benefit from. And it's sad and funny that some people fail to understand that all of the stuff you take for granted is from that contract. At the bottom line, everything works because of those gray areas and people's goodwill unto each other. So before you cut the rope that you're hanging from, so to speak, make sure that you have somewhere safe to fall. Reach out if you can with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.